11 generations of peace had reigned between the kingdom of Rock and the kingdom of the realm of the shadow. Once revered, King Teba had imposed crushing pillars, bringing desolation and ruin upon his own people. Well, on the orders of the Arbiter, the company set out to persuade him to renounce his pillars and wayward castle. Having overcome the castle guard, the company leader cried out their allegiance to their king, but also to the castle guard. Upon interrogation, a fallen knight confessed that the king had not been seen at the castle for many a month. This meant only one thing. The king had not been seen at the castle for many a month. The once glorious city of Rock had fallen into ruin, and piss. Peopled by desperate refugees, it had become an unclean place made darker by unknown horrors in the sewers. To go through it safely would take days, to go round it, days, so the company agreed to go through it days. They would venture into the foul city's sewers, albeit risking the known dangers of intruding on the territory of the lizard men. After dispatching the lizard men tainted by the shadow, the company waylaid a messenger from the king. Trembling for his life, the emissary pleaded that he knew nothing. The company agreed to force a lizard taint down his throat. Emerging from the sewers, the company set their compass east-northward and began a long and arduous trek to the castle. At last, they arrived at Buck, where the temple was now consecrated to the cult of Kok. Guided by their torches, they entered the cone at a castle where the wind howled with beams. As they sank deeper into the vaulted galleries, a voice on the wind became ever more distinct. The company crashed into a chamber to find King Teba strapped to a chair, his captors forcing a chair down his throat. They made short work of the aggressors, then cut the king from his chair. He began in rasping breaths. Then, handing them his royal signet, he said, to gain entrance into Arabia, they would have to pass through the entrance into Arabia. After a 3-day trek, they reached the edge of Durham Forest, home of the entrance into Arabia. Showing them the signet of the king, the company claimed right-of-way as bearers of the signet of the king. But the Dark Elves recognized neither king nor queen, nor signet nor bearers. The ugly truth of the Dark Elves was now known. Preying on the desperation of the refugees, they had offered 11 paths. The rich man's path, the poor man's path, the refugee's path, the horror's path, the dark path, the foul path, the northeastward path, the east-northward path,
the side path,
the snow-clad path, and the lizard path. The company blazed ahead to meet the elven queen of the kingdom of the realm of the wayward castle of the shadow. Known for her exceptional beauty, she was also a chair. Arriving at the snow-clad moor that sloped down to Felwyn's Gate, the company surveyed the seas before them. Human folk, lizard folk, elven folk, the many folks of Teleria, all camped in the frozen mud outside the battlements of the Great Gate, now barred. Ogren and Skinwalker guards were denying them entry, telling them to fuck off back to their homelands. The company agreed to force their way through and unfuck the refugees. They emerged victorious on the other side and opened wide the gate with pride. The company followed the road northward to the palace of the Elven Queen of the Kingdom of the Realm of the Wayward Castle of the Shadow. But before leaving the gate, a wounded skinwalker seized hold of one of them and growled, "Wow! Ooh! Whoa! Whoa!" Elven lords and ladies welcomed the travelers with Lady Elias and me. Wasting no time, the company hailed the Elven chief to demand audience with the queen. The chief promptly returned with his retarded guard, who said, The company demanded audience with the queen, not the retarded guard. Oh. She awaits you in her rooms.